Hey, what's the crack? It's me, the Minion from AllCast Irish Gamers. That's my gamer tag. Jot it down, put yours in the comments, and we will get a duel. Also, be sure to like and subscribe. Really helps the channel, really helps the video get seen. Be doing me a huge favour. So in today's video, guys, I'm going to do a bit of explanation into the cards I use in my Magician God deck, starting off with Maxi. Now, I have talked about Maxi before in other videos, but the key reason for him being in this deck, apart from the fact that he's awesome, is the fact that he allows you to draw, which will help you with Slifer. But just, I mean, top of the bunch, the main reason he is in here is because he ends turns. Majority of the time, people don't want to play through Maxi. They see Maxi get dropped. If they don't have a response to it, like Ash or Caught by the Grave, they'll just end their turn. They're just like, no, I'm not going to give him advantage. I'm just going to end turn and see what he can do. Now, that's a bad move against this deck. Really is, because this deck is a pure going second deck, and it is built to OTK. So you've ended your turn, you have shit all on the field, and I've got free range to take a punch at you. And yeah, you're not gonna like this punch. This is like Mike Tyson has a meteor on his fist and he's hitting you from outer space. This is gonna really get you good, man. So I might not have gotten any advantage from Maxi, but I think he served his purpose right now. He ended my opponent's turn. They've given me a chance to take full whack at them, and here I go. And he's probably sitting there thinking, oh, okay, he's playing Dark Magicians, I'm safe. He ain't gonna OTK me with Dark Magicians. Certainly not in Master Duel, maybe in the TCG when you got Dragoon and whatnot. But no, he's wrong, because I'm playing the Dark Magician / Egyptian God variant, and he is certainly in a lot of trouble right now, especially at the fact that I'm about to now stack my deck. I'm going to use True Name, and it's going to be just game over, man, game over. So activate the Dark Magical Circle. That'll give me a chance to stack the deck. What do I go for? You know what, it doesn't really make much of a difference. Activate True Name. Now, I probably don't need to mention this, but if you are making this deck and you run the True Name, try not to forget the card you stacked. It really helps if you remember what card you put on the top of your deck, because you don't want to look like that guy who calls the top card of his deck after stacking the deck and getting it wrong and the card going to the graveyard. But this guy, he gave me a chance at his life points. I've got Obelisk, I've got Dark Magician, and I've got Magician's Rod. I'm sorry, but that is a grand total of 8,100 attack points. Yeah, you're gone, buddy. Maxi got you. He didn't want to give me the advantage, and that was his mistake. Now maybe he could have played through it, set up a board, but it didn't help him. The next key card I'd like to talk about is the boy himself, the True Name. Crazy good card. So long as you've got the means to stack your deck and you know exactly what's on the top of your deck, True Name is a +1 every time. You get the draw, so that replaces the True Name itself, and then you get the special summon of an Egyptian God card, which, depending on your preference or what's in your hand, you're going to go with Obelisk or Slifer. If you're going second, yes, you got the option to add Sphere Mode to your hand, and you can just tribute your opponent's monsters and get Sphere Mode down. Now, that does kind of use up your normal summon, which is why we have stuff like, you know, Magician's Souls in there, so you can still actually get a body on the field. But more often than not, you're going to be using the True Name to special summon and go for that OTK. It's as simple as that. Yeah. Like, 3 True Name in here is a must. It's 100% pivotal to the deck. Now, you can still use the Dark Magician cards as they're intended. Get your Dark Magician on the field with Magician's Souls. Activate the effect of Dark Magical Circle. Banish whether it be back row or monster, whatever's in your way or proving the most problematic. This instance, I chose to get rid of the monster because I want to go for that smash in the face OTK. So we run it, we use a True Name, we call the card on the top of our deck, Magician's Souls, and there we go. We get the draw, and now we get the special summon. Who are we going to go for? In this scenario, you're going to go with Obelisk. He's a guaranteed 4k beat stick. And of course, you activate Ancient Chant. that'll get you the Winged Dragon of Ra, tribute all your monsters, and then he will gain their attack. Now, he'll only gain their attack if you activate the effect of Ancient Chant in the graveyard. I have forgotten to do that before, and then I wonder why I didn't get the attack. Just make sure you do it as soon as you can. As soon as Ancient Chant goes to the graveyard, activate its effect. Now it will be live. As soon as you tribute someone for Ra, all of their attack points now goes onto his, and now you can pay your life points and gain, what, he's up to 16k. 16k! Like, even if I was running Pot of Prosperity, this game would still be over. Next up we have Soul Crossing. Really good card. Does have a little bit of a drawback, so be careful how you use it and when you use it, but it's brilliant. It turns any of your god cards, any one of them, into a sphere mode, or it can even turn sphere mode into a quick play sphere mode that you can activate on your opponent's turn. Now, I didn't think I was going to get much value of it in this duel because I was expecting Eldritch. You know, who else sets 5 back row? Let's be honest. So either way, I tried to go through with it. I was like, right, let's go, let's do this. Magician's Rod, get Soul Servant, so I can activate True Name. And then this guy starts popping off with all these continuous trap cards that turn into monsters. It's like, okay, right, we've got it going on now. You know, Soul Crossing is actually good. I can use this. So let's see where this goes. He lets me get the draw off. Fantastic. I ended up going for a Dark Magical Circle instead, because either way it stacks. It's still a stackable card, and I'm going for the win here. He activates his effect. I chain Soul Crossing. Sorry mate, but your monsters are bye bye. And in doing so, you can also get rid of Rod. There we go, 3 monsters. You don't necessarily have to use all your opponent's monsters. You can use 1 of yours, 2 of theirs, but either way, you sacrifice the 3 cards, you get your sphere mode. He can activate his effect for Ra, but it's too late, the guy quit. Ancient Chant, just really good card. I could have put Winged Dragon of Ra here, but Ancient Chant specifically because it is so good. Now, the main reason I really like Ancient Chant is because, you know, you could be halfway through the duel, you might be missing a lot of life points, you could be down like to God knows what, you could have like 2,000, 1,000, something like that, and at least as long as you have Ancient Chant, you can banish it from the graveyard after using it to search for Ra, and then the monsters you tribute for Ra will give him attack points. So it means that you don't always have to pay life points for Ra's effect. So theoretically you could keep your life points, you could be on 8,000, summon Ra, gain the attack points from the monsters you tribute, and once you have your life points intact, you're then free to use Ra's secondary effect to pay 1,000 life points, destroy a monster on the field. So there's loads of avenues to play. Most of the time you're going to be tributing something like, you know, Egyptian God Slime. So, you know, Ra will have a 3k, guaranteed at least 3k, if you're going to use Slime's effect to use him as all 3 tributes. But I've used Ancient Chant, banished it from the graveyard, and gotten Ra up to stupid attack points, as you've previously seen in this video. So it's just such a good searcher. You can get Ra back from the graveyard with it if you have to. So yeah, it's just a really good card. I have 2 of it in there because I only run 1 of Ra. It's a good searcher. It's just one of those cards you need in there. This deck would be more focused towards getting Ra on the field than it would be the other 2 god cards, for the simple fact that Ra is the OTK machine, the giant magical chicken in the sky OTKer. That's what he is. Ancient Chant gets you to his hand. Now it's up to you if you want to actually sing the chant. You know, I wouldn't personally, but you know, with a few beers you never know, I might do. Now the only time Ancient Chant won't be effective is if you already have Ra in your hand. If that happens, I mean, yeah, okay, you're kind of in a bit of trouble. But that's why you've got stuff in here like, you know, Magician's Souls. You can send Ancient Chant for an extra draw, and then you can banish it from the graveyard. So there's ways of getting it in the graveyard without actually having to activate it. So if you do end up drawing Ra and Ancient Chant, it's not the end of the world, but it is definitely the end of the duel for them. Game over, done and dusted. Well, thanks very much for watching, guys. I've been the Minion, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.